Vietnam real estate attracts Singapore investors. Investment flows from Singapore to Vietnam real estate sector are increasing with the presence of many huge investors. According to the Consulate General of Republic of Singapore in Ho Chi Minh City, HCMC, Vietnam is one of the leading markets for investment of Singapore businesses. Currently, Singapore's real estate businesses are operating successfully in Vietnam. A typical case is the 7 Vietnam, Singapore Industrial Parks, VSIP, that has attracted more than $8 billion of investment capital and creating jobs for more than 155,000 workers. According to Director of Department of International Business Development of Singapore, many multinational enterprises that headquartered in Singapore are also very interested in the real estate market of Vietnam. One example is the Custo Home Company based in Singapore, which is developing and managing the Diamond Island project in HCMC. According to President of Custo Home, they have studied Vietnam real estate market since 2005 and found that Vietnam is a potential and dynamic market, especially the housing segment. There are many Singapore real estate investors that have operated in Vietnam market for a long time and have been quite successful, such as Keppel Land, Mapletree, Sembcorp, Capitaland. In particular, Keppel Land is one of Singapore's real estate investor that has been presented in Vietnam very early and became one of the largest investors in the real estate market of Vietnam. In Vietnam, Keppel Land has a diversified investment portfolio in Hanoi, HCMC, Dong Nai and Vung Tau with 19 licensed projects, including the Grade A office buildings, premium residential projects and modern urban area complex service departments. According to CEO of Keppel Land, Vietnam, with rapid growth rate, is one of the key markets of Keppel Land at the present and in the future. If Keppel Land invests in many market segments in Vietnam, Capitaland is now regarded as the leading investors in the segment of housing development. Presented in Vietnam since the 90s of the last century, Capitaland is developing projects in 6 major cities of Vietnam as Hanoi, HCMC, Hai Phong, Da Nang, Nha Trang and Binh Duong. So far, Capitaland has provided for the housing market of HCMC and Hanoi of about 7,850 quality apartments, with 8 housing projects. According to General Director of Capitaland, Vietnam is one of Capitaland's key markets in Asia. According to forecasts, in the coming time, Singapore still continues to invest heavily in the Vietnam market. According to the latest report of the Foreign Investment Department, Ministry of Planning and Investment, by the end of June 2016, investment capital in real estate sector accounted for more than 30% of the total foreign direct investment, FDI, of the ASEAN region to Vietnam, with 97 projects. In particular, Singapore accounted for nearly 80% of the number of projects and 60% of total investment capital in this field. The projects of Singapore investors belong to many segments from residential, office, retail space to the real estate for tourism, resort. According to Chairman of the Singapore Real Estate Brokerage Association, among Singapore's 10 large enterprises that are investing in Vietnam, there are up to 5 businesses invest in the real estate sector. In addition to traditional investors that are actively expanding their operations in Vietnam market, many new investors are pouring capital into this country. Syngenta Financial Group from Singapore, Lucky Land Company and Min Nguyen Long Company have signed contract to invest 400 billion VND in Depot Metro Tam Luang project with the scale of 660 apartments, next to the Tam Luang line stop of the subway number 2, Ben Thanh, Tam Luang. Most recently, Ibworth Pte. Limited, a subsidiary with 100% capital of Keppel Land and Nam Long Investment Joint Stock Company have signed contract to register to buy convertible bonds of Nam Long with a total value of 500 billion VND.